welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. Fortunately for us, the world, I guess, is getting back to normal. Unfortunately for me, that means I have to return back to the office. Bear with me as I put out videos. I always like to do quality over quantity, so I will try and provide the best content for you guys, and I'm not gonna just push out things that I'm not proud of. But enough of that. I want to thank you guys for 41,000 subscribers. I'm just so thankful for you guys for subscribing to my channel, because I remember being so thankful for 5,000. I remember being so thankful for 10,000 and 15,000 and 20,000. And I want you guys to know that I am just as thankful as I was for 5,000, as I am for 40,000, as I will be for 50,000 and for 100,000. Just subscribe to the channel and stick around for all the good quality stuff that I'm gonna be throwing at you guys. I do wanna tell you a little bit about what today's video is about. I'm going to show you a couple new smart home items that I've added to my collection. First of all, if you haven't seen my other smart home videos, be sure to check those out first before you watch this one. But in this one, I wanted to switch a few things out. So there are 3 new items that I've added to my house that I wanna show you and give you guys a sneak peek in. And, oh yeah, that's one of them. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about my smart purifier that I bought. Okay guys, so welcome back to the desk area. You know this is where I do all of my smart home talk. Like I mentioned, I want to show you the first piece of smart home tech that I've added to my apartment, and it is my smart purifier. This is the Levoot. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. If you're anything like me, you have serious bad allergies. Fun fact, I'm allergic to dogs. And I know you've seen my 4-legged son running around all my videos, but yes, I am allergic to pets. I'm allergic to dogs, I'm allergic to cats, but I also have chronic allergies. I have daily allergies where it causes me to sneeze and have a runny nose and get congested almost daily. My bedroom was provided to me with carpet. I haven't lived with carpet since I was a child, mainly because it traps a lot of dust and a lot of dust mites. So my allergies have gotten a lot worse since I've moved here. I have been told that I could remove the carpet if I wanted to, but that's just too much work on my end. So instead, I decided to try this new purifier that I've seen on TikTok. The one thing that I love about it is that it is smart and it does connect to, I'm not gonna say her name because she's right there, but I love being able to schedule this purifier around certain times where I know my allergies are going to act up the most. That's in the morning times and definitely at night. I've been able to set up this purifier with my routines. So I've configured this purifier to turn on during sunrise. About 20 minutes before I wake up, I've scheduled it with Alexa to slowly turn on. That way, when I'm waking up, usually I'm not congested when I'm asleep, but getting to sleep and waking up is usually when I start to feel the congestion. So I like to have this start running right before I wake up, just to kind of clear out any of the air that I have in the room. And at night, I usually try and set it to come on right before bedtime. And then throughout the night, I'll have it run on sleep mode. The purifier is already quiet, but sleep mode just makes it a lot quieter, and it includes a night light as well. Also, you guys know, if you watched my bed styling video, I sleep with a lot of down-filled pillows and comforters and duvets. That's just something that I prefer. It does seem to affect my allergies a lot more. Between the carpet and the down pillows and comforters, it does attract a lot of dust mites. So this purifier is good to suck in all of those. It has a good HEPA filter that'll kind of mitigate all of those substances in the air. And I just, again, it's smart, so I couldn't pass it up. Be sure to check it out on TikTok. There are some almost oddly satisfying videos of what this HEPA filter looks like after 5 to 7 months and all the dust and dirt that is collected in your space. So if you're looking for a clean space, or you have pets, or you have really bad allergies, I highly recommend checking out this filter. I will keep you guys posted on what it looks like in 5 to 7 months to let you know if it's really been worth it, but for now, I'm loving it. Okay, so let's move on to my next item. So the next thing that I purchased is a Switchbot switch. So essentially, I have a coffee machine, the Breville Barista Express. If you haven't seen my coffee setup, be sure to check that video out here. I have a whole coffee station, and in the morning, along with my routines, I like to have my coffee. And I definitely think I need to do an updated routines video, because I have changed things around slightly. In the morning, I usually like to make my coffee. I have my music and everything playing at that time. The downside is that my coffee machine is not smart. There's no way to make it smart by plugging up to a smart plug or anything like that, simply because it has a toggle button that needs to be touched in order for the machine to turn on. So this is where the Switchbot switch comes into play. So essentially it's this little black box. I've scheduled this little robot switch to turn on my coffee machine in the mornings when the rest of my routines are scheduled to start. This gives me a good head start because my coffee machine usually needs between 15 to 20 minutes to warm up. Now that I have it scheduled to turn on every day and turn off every day at a certain time, my coffee machine is ready to go at all times in the mornings. It's not as sleek as I would want it to be, but it does perform the function that I would like it to perform. You can use a smart switch for many other things. So instead of switching out light switches or instead of switching out full light bulbs in a room, if you want to make your system smart, turn on a light or off a light, you can use this Switchbot to connect it to your light switch and it'll literally turn it on and off with the scheduled times that you set for it. Also, if you have a garage and it has a button, but you don't have a smart garage, this would be really good to add in that place. If you buy the hub, you can actually use to schedule when this button is to push that garage door. So if you're leaving the house, essentially, if you have tracking your location, you can tell to open or close the garage door depending on if you're leaving or coming home into the area. This is a much more affordable way of creating a smart home without changing a whole bunch of light switches or adding in a smart garage or anything, but you can definitely get creative with this and use it multiple places. I personally just use it for my coffee machine. And last but not least, my most favorite upgrade that I've done to my apartment. I have a new Echo Show 10. So in my kitchen, like I mentioned, if you watched my previous smart home videos, I've mentioned that I've had an Echo Show 5, which is now currently sitting back here on my desk. I've moved it over. I liked it in the kitchen for sure, don't get me wrong, but something about having a bigger screen in the kitchen just serves more purpose for me. Essentially, the Echo Show 5 is not much bigger or maybe the same size as my phone, so there would be a lot of times when I would opt to use my phone instead of using the Echo Show 5. But the screen size is not what's the cool feature here. The cool feature is that it follows you. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, that might sound a little weird. This definitely might be out of a lot of your comfort zones to have something following you all the time. That's the one thing, you don't have to have it follow you all the time, but I think it's a great feature to have in the kitchen. It literally will track your movements around your space so that you can always have the perfect viewing angle of the Echo Show. So if you're watching a movie while you're cleaning the kitchen, or if you're looking for a recipe, you're constantly moving around the space, you can always have the perfect viewing angle for that Echo Show. You can turn this feature off. You can change it to a more limited feature where it'll only track you if you say, hey, follow me, Echo. Follow me.
Following is now on.
And as I move around the kitchen, say I go from the living room into the kitchen area, it'll now follow me in this direction. Pretty cool. Or it'll only track you when you're doing certain things like watching videos, making phone calls, or doing other things that require the system to follow you around. But if it's just walking in the kitchen and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning and you don't want it to track you, it definitely will not. Now, again, I understand this might sound pretty invasive, a little bit more of a breach of privacy, but essentially we're walking around every day with our phones. I constantly get bombarded with ads on Instagram for things that I mention in the air. So I'm not really too concerned about things tracking me in my home, as my cell phone is usually attached to my face or standing right in front of my face, maybe 16 hours of the 24 hours a day. Back to some of its features, I love that you can make phone calls. The drop-in feature is now more useful, especially when you're making phone calls to like grandparents or children. Some people just don't want to stay stationary when they're on a call. So I'm making a quick phone call over to my Echo Show in my bedroom just to show you guys kind of what it does when you're on like a drop-in feature or you're making a phone call to somebody that already has an Alexa device. So it'll follow me as I move around the space. It'll zoom out as I get closer so you can see me better. It'll zoom in if I get further away so you can see me a bit closer. If I lean down on the floor, it should follow me, and then if I stand up, it should follow me. So if you're in a space and somebody calls you and you are moving around but still having a conversation, they'll still be able to see you with your permission. Like I said, you can always turn this off. The Echo Show 10 allows you to walk around your space and track you and still be able to be visible in that call, and whoever's watching you on the other side can see you. Again, you can turn this feature off if it's not something you really want, but I've really been loving this feature. And again, with the screen size, I've been able to get more out of it than I was able to with the Echo Show 5. Specifically, watching videos is just a lot easier to watch it on a larger screen. Also, it has a built-in subwoofer, so the sound quality that comes out of this is amazing. At first, I didn't want a bigger device in my kitchen, but now I've absolutely fallen in love with the actual larger screen aspect. I'm able to do a lot more. I like that you can watch movies on here, you can watch Netflix. If you scroll down, you have movie options, you can have music options, you can add photos, you can make phone calls, and it's just a well-rounded Echo device, and I really, really enjoy it. It is not all that new. It came out last year, so this is not the newest device on the block. It is new to my space and new to my smart home, but it's something that I absolutely cannot get enough of. So yeah, that is essentially all of my newest devices that I have in my smart home. Like I said, be sure to check out my other videos. If you have any questions, be sure to leave it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like I mentioned, be sure to check out this other video right here. Like I said, it'll show you everything that I keep in my smart home. And then make sure to check out this one. These are all the Alexa routines that I think you need in your space. And you're using her wrong, I promise you. And you're not using her to her best of her ability. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace.